Okay, so we need to continue from verse 29 today. Please recite after me. Abhicharodbhavam dukham
Abhicharadbhavam dukham
varashapagatam jayat
varashapagatam chayat
nopasrapati tatreva
nopasarpati tatraiva
yatra gītāर्चनं grihe.
yatra gitarchana grihe.
Okay. Abhicharodbhavam dukho. Abhichar means uh, black magic. So
Ah,
something like black magic and bhavam dukham, sufferings, pains, all these things. Vara shapagatam chayat. Shapagatam means again black magic, or someone is trying to curse someone, they send some negative energies. So all these things, no pasarpati tatraiva yatra gitarjanam grihe. Grihe means house. So where in a house where any person is reading Gita, if any person is reading Bhagavad Gita, then in that house, these black magics or negative energies don't work. Let me tell you one incident regarding this. Once Prabhuji was sharing this incident about his friend. I mean, his friend was telling that there was one person in his known who do these black magics. So one person, he wanted to send some negative energy to another person. So he went to that person who do these black magics and all those things. And because that person to whom he wanted to send those negative energies, his name was related with Krishna. So his name was Ram. So that person who was doing those black magic, he said Ram. And the moment he, said the holy name, because Ram is holy name of Krishna, God. So all his black magic was, means it turned out back to him. Means he was unsuccessful in sending those negative energies to that devotee, because that devotee's name was on Krishna's name. So basically, one should understand that the holy names that we are chanting, or this Bhagavad Gita which we are discussing, it is very, very important that all of these negative energies or black magics, they don't work. So even I can relate with this. I mean, I'm not saying that someone was sending any negative energy on me, but yeah, when I was not in Krishna consciousness, there was some fear in my heart. I was underconfident. Any person, if he used to come in front of me, I was not able to speak to him. Immediately, my heartbeat used to get raised. I don't know, there was some fear in my heart. I don't know what was the reason, but there was some fear. But after coming into Krishna consciousness, everything is very chill. So, yeah, this is very amazing. See, whatever we are reading, if we see these things happening in our practical life, then our faith increases so much. So, yeah, this is something amazing. So, no black magics, no negative energies. We don't have to fear with anything because we have taken Krishna's shelter. So, we are under his shelter, protection. You want to say something?
that if we have Krishna in our hearts, if we have God in our hearts, then nothing can touch us.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It's
So
very
moving,
good to
yes, moving forward. तापत्रयोद्भवा पीडा
Tapatrayopada.
भवा
Sorry. Tapatrayopapita.
नैव व्याधिर्भवेत् क्वचित्
Naiva bhyati bhavet tvachit.
न शापो नैव पापं च
Nashapo naiva papam cha.
दुर्गतिर्नरकं न च.
Durgatina rakam nacha.
So, Taptrayod means threefold miseries. Are you aware of this term? Threefold miseries?
Yes, I've heard it.
Okay. Would you like to say something
But
on it?
but
Would you like to define it?
maybe you can expand on this better than me.
So, threefold miseries are, which we get from three different, uh,
Um, Is
right?
it the birth or getting old, disease, and death?
Yeah, these are four things, but apart from these, threefold miseries means there are three things in this. First is the miseries that we get from other beings, like
Ah,
any mosquito has bitten us, or any person he is shouting on us, so that is also suffering he is giving us. So this one misery which we got from other beings. Second
mhm.
is second misery which we get from our own bodies. Like we get diseased, we get depressed. So these miseries we get from our own bodies. And third is which we get from demigods. That is natural disasters like earthquake, flood, and all these things. So these are threefold miseries. And anyone in this world, no matter how rich he is, how prominent he is, everyone has to go with these three miseries. He will get diseased. He will get misery from his own body, no matter if he is following healthy lifestyle, or he's very health conscious. But then also he'll get sick because we are in this material body. You know, we get accidents. So these are the miseries from our own body. Just like you will see few years back, corona virus was there. So that disease, I mean that suffering we were getting from other beings. So yeah, these are threefold miseries. And in Hindi, there are terms, specific terms for these. Adi bhautik is which we get from other beings. Adhi Adhyatmik, which we get from our own bodies, and Adhi Devik, which we get from demigods, natural disasters, and all these things. So, I heard this in one of the lectures that because in Western countries, people are very much uh, I mean, they are not inclined towards spirituality or towards God. So that's why in Western countries, they have to suffer more of these natural disasters. Is it true? More of natural disasters happen in Western countries. Why? Because people are not God conscious there. So these miseries are given by demigods, and whatever miseries we are basically suffering, this is because we understand, so that we may understand the true nature of this material world, that this world is full of miseries, we can't be happy here, and so that we may understand that we should turn our consciousness toward God, Only that can make us happy. So that's why this is the only purpose of giving all these miseries to beings, so that they can understand that our business is to serve God, to understand our relationship with God. But if we'll become atheist or, yeah, all these things, then we will remain unhappy and we will suffer all these things. So, yes. So, tap trayodbhava means these threefold miseries. Pida mean miseries. Naiv vyadhir bhavet kvachit. Uh, let me tell you, I want to share one more incident. So, you might know about Sheldon Prabhu. He resides in Los Angeles. So that time he was chanting. He was very consistent in his chanting and reading books. So he shared with me suddenly in Los Angeles, one incident happened like near his house. I mean, not near his house, but yeah, near his house, rapid fire was there. Means all
Yeah,
the forests and all those things. So it happened suddenly without any reason. There was fire everywhere and everyone was running. But he told that in the area where I am staying, I am safe. Like, I am safe. So, yes, this is what this shloka describes, that even devotees, they are living in this material world, but if they are surrendered to Krishna, they will get all protection. They will get all protection. And I was really amazed when he shared his realization with me. And he was saying this himself, that I know I am saved, I am protected because I am chanting Krishna's holy names. He was saying this. And I was amazed. But because of lack of devotees association, he is not on the track now. But he was experiencing, he used to share his realizations with me, that yeah, I'm getting benefit from whatever I'm following, because Krishna consciousness really works. So yeah, but naiv vyadhir bhavet kvachit. Any person who is reading Bhagavad Gita, means it is, we are continuing from this verse. It is continuation of that verse, that threefold miseries will not hamper that person. Naiv vyadhir bhavet kwachi. Vyadhi means old age. Now, this might, you might be wondering, old age, but I see devotees also get old, because we are in this material body. So yes, let's understand this point, that yeah, devotees also, because we are in this material body, we will also become old. I mean, not we, but this body. But then also, devotees are not affected by all these old age and all those things. Why? Because you will see, as we are practicing Krishna consciousness in our life, we are progressing every single day. And as we are progressing, these bodily conceptions, we get free from these bodily conceptions. And I have seen this thing I mean, in many senior devotees, they don't identify themselves with this body. They are in this old age. You see the sannyasis of ISKCON, they are in their 70s, 80s, but then also they are happy. They dance in kirtan, and uh, they preach the glories of Krishna. They are always happy. They are in their, I mean, their body is in old state now, but then also they are happy. Why? Because they are not getting affected by this such consciousness. So yes, this is what it means, that naiv vyadhir bhavet kvachit.
Even Srila Prabhupada himself, he was at a very old age when he was traveling, and it was not easy for him at first, but he overcame those burdens, and it's just amazing to think that at that age, how many temples were opened and in the different countries, and you to then have so many books, for us to read, and that he translated, and sharing all his knowledge. It's
Yes.
incredible.
Yes. Even I heard that at when he was about to leave his body, so that doctor, he was saying that if there would be any other person in place of you, then he might be screaming at that time. Because, Srila Prabhupada he was, I mean, externally he was suffering from some disease in his body. There was some disease, but he was not getting affected from that. He was, even at his last stage, he was continuously, consistently, he was speaking the Bhagavatam verses. You can, find the video on YouTube as well. You will find it. You can search it. That at the last stage, Srila Prabhupada, he was just translating. He was speaking verses of Bhagavatam. This is
Yeah,
something, unbelievable. We can't think that, wow, this is just amazing. Doctor himself was saying that if there would be any other person, he might be screaming so much. But just look at him. He is speaking Bhagavatam. He's reciting shlokas.
devoted to Krishna and his purpose.
Yes. Even, it seems something amazing. I sometimes pinch myself that, you are in another country, I am in another country, and we are discussing like this here. So, this is something, amazing. We
Yeah,
should think on these things. And it is because of the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada that he spread this message all over the world. We are able to interact on these topics. So, yes. Na shapo naiv papam cha. So, again, shapo means curses. He will never get affected by any curse. Naiv papam cha. There will no be, I mean, there will not be any existence of sinful reactions. Durgatir narakam nacha. And there will be no state of hell. I mean, there will be no fear for going in hellish planets. So, yes, see, any person, it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that any person, if he has said Krishna for once in his life, in his whole life, then he can never go to hellish planets. Just he has said Krishna once in his life. Because Krishna is infinite God. And anything we do in relation to Krishna, we get infinite benefit from it. That's why you will see Krishna consciousness works uh, with a great speed. We experience transformations in our life with a great speed because whatever we are doing, it has great potency, infinite potency. So, yes, I just love Krishna consciousness that we are the part of this movement. Otherwise, we were just wandering aimlessly. This is amazing. Okay, moving forward, please recite after me. विस्फोटकादयो देहे
Vispatakayo dehe
न बाधन्ते कदाचन
Na badante kadachana.
लभेत कृष्ण पदे दास्यम
Labit Krishna pade dasyam.
भक्तिं चाव्यभिचारिणी
Bhaktim chavya vicharinim.
विस्फोटकादयो देहे नाबन्ध बाधन्ते कदा कदाचन. So in that house there will be no reaction of viral diseases. No one will get disease from these viral diseases. लभेत कृष्ण पदे दास्यम bhaktim chavyabhicharini. So see, this is very interesting word, avyabhicharini. Cha means and avyabhicharini means, let's understand. Krishna quotes this in Bhagavad Gita also, avyabhicharini bhakti. So avyabhicharini means, vyabhichari means a lady, she is serving to her husband, and apart from serving her husband, she is also interested in serving other men. So this is vyabhichar. Now opposite of vyabhichar is avyabhichar, that a chaste woman wife, she is only interested to serve her husband nicely, lovingly. So this is what Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, that any person who is into my avyabhicharini bhakti means his only business, his or her only business is to serve me. She or he is only taking care of my pleasure. So, see, a chaste woman, she will never go and take shelter of any other man. She knows that, oh, my husband is all, he's all, he's nice and he is potent to supply me whatever I desire for, or to give me love, care, and whatsoever I aspire from him. She understands this, and she's always busy in serving him. So same way, devotees of Krishna, they are always they are always busy in serving Krishna, and they have no interest in serving any other demigod or any other person. As God. Of course, we are living in this material world, so we have to, accept a boss to do our job and all those things. But as a God, he's only serving Krishna. As a god, he knows that only God, only Krishna can protect me, and he is supplying me everything which I have. He is helping me, he is blessing me. So he will only serve Krishna, and he will not go anywhere. So this is what avyabhichari ni bhakti known as. So, yes, any person who is reading Bhagavad Gita, he gets this avyabhicharini bhakti. He understands that my only love of object and subject is Krishna. So, I'll only serve Krishna. So, yeah.
I'm wondering about the words. So, like, we have bhakti practice,
Devotion. Devotion.
bhakti yoga, and here there's the word bhaktim. Is it related to the word?
Yes. Yes. It's just, these are the, in Hindi it's called vibhakti. Let me just search what we call vibhakti in English. Maybe it's noun.
Like derivatives?
Yeah, so these are the, you don't understand it. Means just like, yes, just like we use singular and plural terms for different words. So
Um,
same as bhaktim is for, it is plural in Sanskrit.
oh, is it like that? Okay. The M creates a plural.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we learned this in Sanskrit language.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So bhaktim cha avyabhicharinim. So bhakti means it's not like only one person will get this avyabhicharini bhakti. No. Anyone who is reading Bhagavad Gita, anyone and everyone will get avyabhicharini bhakti. Okay. Moving forward. जायते सततं साख्यं
Jayate satatam sakyam
सर्वजीवगणैः सह
sarvajivaganahi saha
प्रारब्धं भुञ्जतो वापि
prarabdham punchyato vapi
गीताभ्यासरतस्य च.
gita vyasa ratasya cha.
So, in some words, we start from the last line. So, here we will start with the last line. Gita Abhyas Ratasya Cha. And any person, he is learning Gita very dedicatedly. His dedication is just next level to understand Bhagavad Gita, to live Bhagavad Gita in his life. Then such person, prarabdham bhunjato vapi, even while bearing his past karmic reactions, even while bearing his past karmic reactions, such person jayat जायते सततम साख्यम सर्व जीवा गणय सह सह. He becomes friend of everyone. So you will see this one quality a devotee definitely develops in our heart, that is compassion to other beings. Not only to human beings, but every being, whether it is an ant or mosquito, lizards, they are little scary, but yeah, lizards or whatever living being he see, he becomes compassionate. So he becomes compassionate, he becomes friend of everyone.
I
This
really,
also,
mm,
yes, please.
yeah, that I really like that. That's really important, to just have to have as many friendships as possible, um, instead of the opposite. Uh, and I think it was when I was reading, um, I believe it was Maharaj Yudhishthira. It is said he had no enemies. He had no enemies. Now, that's not to say that maybe some people felt different, but I think he's referring to coming from his heart. He's got no issues. So I like this.
And yes, do you know how one can have such consciousness that every living being is, my friend, when he will understand his relationship with God, that God is my supreme father, and as we are his fragmental parts, we are his children. So just like I am soul, I am a part of supreme soul, same way other beings, they are also souls, and they are also uh, fragmental part of God, of Supreme Soul. They are also children of God. And just like God loves me, God loves to those living beings as well. because they are also children of God. So you will see in everything, if person, he want to live a conscious life, a happy life, he will have to understand his relationship with God. If he will, disappear God, then he will be confused in his life. So it is very important to understand our relationship with God. So yes, any person, he is, he he has a great dedication to understand Bhagavad Gita. So even while bearing his past karmic reactions, voluntarily or involuntarily, he become friend of every living being. So please understand this thing. In devotees' life, there are no karmic reactions. But then also, see, when any person is devoted to Krishna, then his life is being controlled by Krishna. So, whatsoever is happening in our lives, it is the direct arrangement of Krishna. Krishna has interfered in your life if you are in Krishna consciousness. He has actually interfered in your life. He sent association of devotees in your life because he has interfered in your life, and now your life is in his hands. Means Krishna is controlling everything to non-devotees also, but for devotees, it is on personal level. And if any devotee will understand this thing, then he will never get depressed because he knows that, oh, my life, Krishna is handling my life, and Krishna can never do bad for me, right? So, yes, there are no karmic reactions for devotees, but whatever sufferings, even, sufferings and miseries comes in devotees' life also, but that is only Krishna give those problems in our life so that we may become more fixed in our devotional life. Our eagerness to serve Krishna may increase. This is the only reason Krishna gives little pains to devotees' life. It is said that if any person, his I mean, there might something big happen in his life. I'm not able to put it nicely.
I understand you. Um,
Yeah, can you explain if you understood it? That,
um,
if we were about to face something big accident in our life, then Krishna just reduce it to very, very little. Yes, this was what I was trying to explain. So yes, this verse is very amazing. Moving forward, shall we continue? Oh, it's like about 45 minutes again.
okay, we don't want it to be
No,
take yeah.
we can take
We
one
can,
more verse if you wish.
yeah. Okay.
सह मुक्तः स सुखी लोके
सः मुक्तः सः सुखी लोके
कर्मणा लो कर्मणा नोपि लिप्यते
कर्मणो न फलिप्यते
महापापाति पापानि
महापापात् पापानि
गीताध्यायी करोति चेत्
गीताध्यायी करोति चेत्
सह मुक्तः, that person is liberated. Sah sukhi, that person is happy. Loke karmana nopilipyate, who Even he is living in this material world, but then also whatever karma he is doing, he is not getting bound in those karmic reactions. So you know how it happens? That even we are living in this material world and whatever karma we are doing, then also we do not get bound. How is it possible? When we do it for Krishna, it's just that easy. When we are doing anything for Krishna, then we are not getting bound in karmic reactions. We are getting liberated. Mahapapat papati papani Gita Dhyay Karoti Che. And whatever, he might have done very big sinful activity or action in his past. I mean, in this life only, but he gets free from all those reactions if he reads Bhagavad Gita. Very encouraging, right? There is no scope of depression or sorrow in devotees life, because we were doing all those things which we did, we were doing it because of